Let's think about two different men. The first one has a very goofy appearance. Colorful clothing, patterns, a stained t-shirt with coffee or something like that. The hair is all over the place, facial hair completely ungroomed. He even looks quite dirty, if you will, like he hasn't taken a shower in days. Not a very good appearance, but he doesn't care at all. He's just confident in who he is, because confidence is the default state. Then let's think about the second guy. The second guy is a very well put together gentleman, always wearing a suit, perfectly ironed, no stains whatsoever, no wrinkles, walks perfectly with a perfect posture, perfect body language in general, wears a great fragrance, has a fresh haircut, but he's quite insecure on the inside. If anything, he's even fearing people's judgments and he's thinking about forgetting to trim his beard this morning and he only trimmed it the last morning. And what if people notice that and judge him? What reactions will these two people get from strangers walking down the street in a regular day? Well, the first one, the goofy one, will probably not even be acknowledged at all. He will just be like any other NPC down the street. Or he might get some negative reactions, people really turning their heads in a negative way, like, wow, that looks quite dirty. But what about the second man? The second man will get some quite nice reactions, maybe even compliments. People will be like, wow, that's a well put together man. That is the reality of the surface level situation. But what if these two people were to walk down the street on a regular day, separately, obviously, and both of them were to engage in a conversation with a group of people? What reactions would they get then? Well, the first one, the goofy one, would enter that conversation with other people already having formed an opinion about him, a negative opinion. Like he looks quite dirty. But as time goes on, he shows his confidence more and more and more. Maybe these people will even test him and make fun of his outfit, make fun of his appearance overall. But he doesn't care. He's so confident, he doesn't even care about this at all. So people realize that. People acknowledge his confidence and they are impressed by his confidence. Because confidence also imposes respect from other people. So their opinion turns into a better and better one. So they end up liking this person. They end up finding excuses in their mind. Like, who knows, maybe it's been some unfortunate circumstance that led him to look like that this day. Maybe he doesn't look like that every single day. But even if he does, he just looks so confident. I can't not like him. But what about the second one, the gentleman looking guy? He engages in a conversation with those people and they are quite flattered that he chose to engage in a conversation with them. He looks like a role model to every single one of them. He looks like a model, but in his mind, he's very insecure. And people spot that, people pick up on that, and they start respecting him less and less and less. And his social anxiety also starts kicking in because he's anxious and insecure. And he sees that their respect is going down and he becomes even more anxious and he becomes even more hyper aware. Now I know this is an imagined scenario, but it's very realistic and it happens all the time, every single day, everywhere. Think about it, which of these two men is going to be able to engage in conversations and to create friendships better? Obviously the goofy one. The goofy one is going to be able to create the best friendships because people get a better and better version of him as time goes on. In contrast to the confident and gentleman looking guy who just shows worse and worse versions of himself as time goes on and people lose respect for him more and more. And that's the reality. It doesn't matter how much looks maxing you're doing. What matters is who you are for any sort of relationship you engage in. Who you are is the most important thing. And when you are grounded in your authenticity, people can't help but respect you because the other people are not grounded in their authenticity either, most of them. And they are insecure, they are aware of their own insecurities. So when they see a person that is not aware of his insecurities, of their insecurities, they can't help but respect that person. Wow, such pure confidence. I want that as well. I want to have that around me. To wrap this all up, as you can see in the title, this is a quote I want to stick with you all the time. That people only respect you as much as you respect yourself. So start putting in the work to raise your level of self-esteem, to raise your respect for yourself. And you'll see that every aspect of your social life improves automatically.